Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a hopefully short and long overdue channel update for kind of the state of the channel, what's going on with the channel, what's coming up for the channel, and things like that. And I wanted to start off by saying a quick thank you to everybody for hitting 3,000 subscribers. Actually, we're technically just a little over 3,200 now, hence the long overdue portion of this update. But I do appreciate all the support that I've been getting from everybody, all the comments, all the likes, even the dislikes that kind of let me know things that I should be doing differently and changing and stuff like that. So I really, really appreciate all that. They're very, very welcome, and I do read every single comment. I try to reply to almost all of them, but I do appreciate, again, all of the support that everybody has been giving me. I also wanted to point out that I am still investing in the channel. I just got, as you can see behind me, a green screen that I am hoping will allow me to put myself into my videos a little bit more than just a voice over the gameplay and stuff like that. So the idea being, if I can put myself into the videos a little bit more, hopefully in a small corner with the green screen, like basically trimming back some of the background, that'll let you see a little bit more of my personality and kind of see my expressions on my face and things like that when I'm excited or whatever. And plus, as a side effect, it also means that I actually have to get up and like look halfway decent before I sit down and record videos, which sounds silly because, a lot of times I would wake up on a Saturday still in, pajamas or whatever like that and just record some videos. No big deal. But I think if I take that extra little bit of effort to actually look presentable, because I know I'm going to be on camera, that also might actually affect my personality, affect my, kind of the way I speak and how clearly I speak and things like that. So I'm hoping this just overall just gives a much better vibe and better feel to the videos, and maybe a little bit more professional, which is kind of what I'm going for. I'm also going to be wrapping up a few of the ongoing series that we've got going on. I think probably gonna do one more video of the Stellaris one, so by the time you see this, it may have already been out and gone. That series has been going on for a while. I could extend that all the way to the end, final date or whatever, but we're like in first place of all the people that we know about. And I'm probably just going to do a quick wrap-up video and just put a bow on that series. And I've had a lot of fun with that series. I've learned a lot about Stellaris. I think there's a lot of things I will do differently next time. I might be a little bit more, militaristic in the future and be more, combative and go after people a little bit more. But I think it's been a fun series, and I think it's a good wrap-up to our History of Paradox, long series that's actually gone on since the very, very first day that this channel went live back in January of 2017. That's how long that series has been going on. I started with Crusader Kings 2. Moved into Europa Universalis, tried very unsuccessfully at Victoria, unfortunately. You guys probably saw that. It was very painful, very, very painful. Did okay with Hearts of Iron, but starting as a small country in Hearts of Iron without knowing a whole lot about Hearts of Iron didn't go quite as well. I think definitely by far the most successful campaign was the EU4, although CK2 was pretty good as well. And then, of course, Stellaris, I actually felt like we did a pretty good job there as well. So put a big bow on that one. I had a lot of fun doing that long series. I know it took a couple years, but I love the Paradox games, and they're going to be back. They're going to be more of those in the future, but I may have to back it all the way up to the Imperator Rome, like I've mentioned before, if you've seen a little bit of the series that I did there, and kind of go through that. So expect those to come back, but if I do the whole series again like I did last time, it might be a little while before Stellaris comes back. So for those of you that do enjoy the Stellaris, there you go. And I might actually skip Victoria too next time. I'm just not good at that game. I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't get it. But anyway, so I'm wrapping up that series. I will also be wrapping up the Civilization Beyond Earth. We're getting close to the end game. I'm going to be putting a few more episodes of that out over the next week or two. So you should be able to see that. And hopefully, we get a victory out of that. That'd be a lot of fun. I've actually had a lot of fun with that series, and a lot of people have responded very well with that series. It's actually getting about as many views as my Civilization 6 series are, which is awesome. I think that's great. I think that game was, I understand why it was ill-received at the time, because it was not the successor to Alpha Centauri that a lot of people wanted. But I think after giving it some time and coming back to it, I'm actually appreciating a lot more of that game than I had originally. So definitely expect that game to come back again, even if I've wrapped up this series. I don't know exactly when, and I'll get into some of that here in a little bit. But yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun with that series. All the other series are either already stopped, already paused, such as Civilization 6. We've already hit the end of that one. And I think our Football Manager series ended on a season, so we're at the end of that one. We have two other series going on right now, Factorio, which we've got a little bit into. Not really that far if you know anything about Factorio. It's really still a pretty early game for that one. And then I think I did the very first episode of a new season for the Motorsport Manager, which it is what it is, but it kind of gives me to my next point. I am actually going to be taking a short break from YouTube for a little bit. And I wanted to make sure I brought up that I am still investing in the channel first, because I want you to know that this is not, I'm not going away. I'm not leaving. You know, I just bought a green screen, you know, and it's, I need to obviously pay for that at some point in the future. But the fact of the matter is that most people assume that if you're a YouTuber, just automatically, this is your job. Well, this is not my job. This is definitely not my job. I have a very, very full-time job. I actually act as a senior software engineer, basically just a computer programmer who's been around for a while. In fact, I'm about to celebrate my 7-year anniversary with my company on October 1st. And if you know anything about computer software programmer people, 7 years is a long time with a single company. Most people average is like 2 to 3 years at most or something like that. So 7 years feels really awesome. It's really good, but it does mean that I have a lot of responsibility, a lot of, you know, pressure, good pressure on me. But, you know, between that and the fact that whether you know this or not, now you will. I also have 4 kids, you know, four, yes, that's 4 of those. 4 children running around, and I spend a lot of time with them. I try to take, you know, my daughters out for, you know, daddy-daughter dates and things like that to kind of just show them, you know, kind of a good way to be treated on a date, things like that. And I try to do stuff with my sons as well. Obviously, they're a little bit younger, so you know, they're getting into the age where they can start being a little bit more, you know, excited about what daddy's doing and things like that. So I spend a lot of time with my children. I spend a lot of time at work. I do have a wife in there somewhere that I spend some time with. You know, I'm sure she would prefer a little bit more time. All that to be said, that with all of that, I have still maintained about a 20 episode a week rate of uploading videos, and that's insane. And so I'm going to be taking a little bit of a short break. My tentative thought process is that I'll be back mid to late October. Probably, I think I was looking at the calendar just a second ago. I think the week of the 21st of October is probably around the time that I'm going to be targeting. I might come back a little sooner. I might come back a week or so later. Depends on how I'm feeling. And it's not really that I'm feeling bad, although I have admittedly had some health issues. I'm really going through several doctors, stuff like that, try to work through that. But things are getting better in that area. So I don't want that to be thought of as the reason. It's just I wanted to take some time to kind of really think about what I want this channel to be and what I want to do with this channel. Do I want to specialize in a particular game? Do I want to continue to be, you know, kind of a variety, you know, person and does a lot of different video games? And I also wanted to take the time to kind of get some better graphics. I mean, even the graphic that you're seeing right now for this little checklist is thrown up together in like 3 minutes. I mean, this is just I want to take the time to use the green screen, use some of the skills that I've learned through Photoshop and Adobe and things like that to really try to take this channel to maybe the next level as best as I can. I'm not amazing at all this stuff, and I'm still got a lot to learn. And I think the channel has gotten better since the first episode on January 1st of 2017. But I still have a lot to go, and I want to try and make the channel even better. And so that's part of this break, is to kind of sit down, really look at my calendar, really look at what can I do from a quality standpoint, first and foremost. And then if I could still maintain a pretty good quantity of videos, then that's okay. But I want quality to be first. And that includes, you know, things like the thumbnails and some of the intro stuff and things like that. I just want to see what I can do with the channel, and I need some time to do that. And if I'm just recording videos all the time with everything else that's going on in my life, I just won't ever have time to really just take a moment and go to the next level with the channel. So that is the goal of this time period away, is to kind of take an assessment of myself. How much do I really want to commit to this channel, knowing that it is still just a hobby for me, a hobby that I really appreciate being able to kind of, you know, be a part of your lives. So I appreciate that very much, but it is just a hobby for me. So now, could this someday be a job? Maybe, although it's going to have to be really big to be bigger than the job I currently have, unfortunately. But I definitely, if I had a choice, if they were equal pay right now, I would do this in a heartbeat. I love my job that I do as a computer programmer. It's a lot of fun. It's what I went to college for. I absolutely love it. I do work as an enterprise software kind of person, you know, a computer programmer, which has some unique benefits. I did go to college for game development, but now that I have 4 kids and knowing the world of game development is, you know, sometimes it can be a little hard to be a game developer with a lot of family and stuff like that. You've heard the horror stories. Not every developer studio is probably like that, but there's definitely a fair share that burn the midnight oil, which thankfully with my job currently, I don't have to do that quite as often. There's still emergency issues that come along, but Thankfully, my job as an enterprise software is a little bit more predictable. I say that jokingly in a little bit because there are definitely times that it's unpredictable, but most of the time it's predictable. It's definitely much more predictable, I think, than a video game job. So anyway, all that to say is I went to school for video game design, computer programming, ended up in enterprise, which is not a bad place to be, but at the end of the day, it's not where my passion, I think, ultimately is. I love my job. I love the people I work with. It's amazing. But my passion, I love video games, and I just love what they can do and how they can reach people's lives, and kind of the interaction with people and things like that. And so that's where I want this channel to go, is to be something that can interact with people and kind of be an entertainment into their lives, a form of entertainment for everyone. And so I welcome your feedback. I welcome your thoughts and everything like that you have. But that's kind of the idea here, is that right now it's still a hobby. If it could someday be a job, then that would be amazing. And I would love to get there. But I think in order to get there, I need to show that I deserve it, I guess is the best way to put it. And that is by doing, again, some of the a little bit more professional touches here and there. I mean, I'm going to try my hand at doing some of my graphics myself now, but someday maybe I need to hire somebody off Fiverr or whatever those websites are that they could do a little bit more professional job, and that would take some more investment, which is fine. I don't mind doing that as the time comes. So I'm just hoping that gradually over the next year or so after this short break, that you guys will start to see hopefully a bit more professional and a little more on schedule and things like that. And so I'll get a little bit more into detail about what type of games I think I'm going to be playing, what type of schedule we're looking at, and things like that when we come back. I've got some ideas, but I want to think about it to make sure I can commit to those ideas before I actually tell you anything. Only thing I can tell you, Civilization will still very much be a part of this channel. Don't worry about that. Civilization, any strategy games are going to be a part of this channel for a long time. And I'm going to also admit a guilty pleasure I have. I really like Football Manager. I know I'm probably maybe not that good. I'm an American, so playing Football Manager, which is football and soccer in the United States, is not as big probably as in most other countries. So maybe it seems a little odd for an American to be playing a Football Manager type game, but it is a game that I can't get enough of. I love that game so much. I've got hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of hours of playtime in each versions of those games leading in the last couple of years. So there's a good chance that one will still be around. And another one, surprisingly, is Farming Simulator. That has surprisingly jumped up as one of my top viewed videos over the last several weeks, which has really got me thinking about, because I didn't think I was going to go back to that. And I'm like, wait a minute, people are watching this, so maybe I need to think about that one as well. So I'll be taking a look at some of the metrics and seeing what people actually do want to watch. But I also have to play what I want to play as well, or else I'm just not going to have fun doing it. So, like I said, Civilization 6 will absolutely be a part of this channel for the foreseeable future, so don't worry about that one. That is my main thing that people like to watch. And I do hope to bring back some of the strategy guides and stuff like that. So those are the only two things that I will say. It's just what else can I fit in with those is kind of where I need to take some time to think about and stuff like that. So, and then the final point here is that even though I am taking a break, there is still a lot of content to watch on my channel. This is actually almost embarrassing considering I have a little over 3,000 subs. I also have a little over 2,000 videos on my channel. I guess one of the things I decided early on was just get videos out there. Just sit down and record videos and get better, a little bit better every time. If you go back and watch my first video or my 100th video or my 500th video, I'm hopeful that you see a much better, quality in the recent videos than those. But so that was the idea, is just get a whole bunch of content out there to just get used to it, get the practice, get the kind of be able to take the feedback from everyone and adjust where needed. And so, improving the audio, improving the video, things like that are things that I've tried to take a step in that direction. But again, 2,000 videos. If you need something to watch, go find some of my old videos to watch. I mean, maybe the quality's not quite as good, but hopefully the gameplay is still good. I mean, my first couple of Civilization runs were fairly okay. I think I did pretty good in those. And so definitely would recommend going back and watching some of those. But like I said, I will definitely be back soon. I definitely welcome any feedback anybody has about the ways that you would like to see this channel improve, or games that you would like to see me try and play. There's some genres that I probably will just never play. Stay away from. First-person shooters just don't fit my style. I don't think. I like playing them, just offline, and stuff like that. So I'm, whatever games within maybe like the strategy or the the simulation, those kind of fields are probably what I'm leaning towards. So if you guys have some ideas and suggestions, please put those down because I can consider those over the next couple of weeks as I'm kind of sitting down and figuring out what I would like to do. But again, I do appreciate all of your support, and hopefully you guys don't give up on me. If I lose a few subscribers during this little bit of a break, I understand. But hopefully I will come back and be able to re-earn your subscription at a later point, and those of your friends and other people that you might know, and really grow this channel to the next level is really my hope. So again, I appreciate everything you do for me. I just love being here and being able to do this for you guys. And I will talk to you guys here in a few weeks. So thank you and goodbye.